Welcome to day 267. Barbados build. Anybody that's joining the channel, this is us documenting our house. Driving the neighbours crazy with drilling, unfortunately. So please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please obviously comment if you see anything that's good or bad. We can learn, you can learn, everyone can share. Anyway, welcome. It is 267 days on the job. We're still struggling to get some momentum on the garage roof, which is a bit of a pain. I've got to go and do another trip to a DIY store now, which pains me because one, I have to spend money, and two, it's time out. So what's going on today? So we've got the sockets, the second phase of filling and sanding around some of the power sockets and light sockets in the house, because some of them weren't cut very well. Obviously that's got to be sanded, filled and painted, dust, aggro. A second coat of floor sealer going on the floor inside. The cottage, which is our little one-bedroom unit over the pool area, which I'll take you to in a second. We finally got the plumbers out. It's taken a week. So hopefully they're going to be putting the mixer in, the shower head galvanised pipe, and the handheld. There's a linear drain we're putting in, so they've got that's what the noise is now. They're cutting the floor to try and get the linear drain to line up with what they put into the concrete, which is out of sync. The plasterboard is going up around the actual bathroom after it's now been done, and the insulation's going in. Concrete board's now being installed around the shower area, and once the installation is finished, they'll carry on with the boarding inside that room. Plastering on the other side of this wall's taking place. As you can see, this side's completely plastered. The other side was plastered here and here, and they're doing the inner pieces here and here. So that should be done in the next hour or so. Painter's got to do some bits like, painting the top of the utilities room, etc. The electrician's here doing some other parts. So let me take you around quickly. It's a bit noisy and a bit windy, so forgive me if you can't hear. I'll try and go away from where they're drilling so you can actually see and hear a little bit more. You can see they're drilling in and around where the linear pipe has got to be, because it's come out of the ground completely in one place. All the plasterboard's done. The first fix and second fix on the ceiling by the lights has been done. The guys are plasterboarding here. Someone said yesterday, why is it that you've plastered and painted the wall but plasterboarded the ceiling and the room? Mainly because it's quicker and easier to get the plaster on the walls and painted, and this is bloody noisy, bloody dusty, and expensive. So I wanted to put some plasterboard in here, obviously, because we are putting a suspended stroke partition wall in here, but as you can see in here, we've got the linear drain, which is nowhere near where it needs to be. So that should have been over here by about 1.5 inches, and it should have been over this way by about probably 3 inches. So now what they've got to do is they're going to try and find a 90 for that and a 90 for that, and the linear drain's going to have to go in there and try and clear that as well. Plus they've got to make sure that this is chased out enough before my next door neighbour has Airbnb people move in and he loses his third set of tenants, which he loves rubbing in about, bless him. Basically, obviously, we're trying to do noise, and obviously people that are paying to be near the sea and chill out are not happy about the noise, which is completely understandable. But obviously we've got a build going on and I can't control sometimes what's happening. So I think we've got until about 12 o'clock before they check into this little unit here. And obviously in here, this acts like a bloody speaker box. As soon as you start drilling in there, it just magnifies the noise, which is awful for them, obviously, but completely not deliberate, obviously. So we've still got quite a bit to do. We've got to get the doors measured for in here. This doorway is very short. It's only 73 inches, which, as you can appreciate, a standard door is 6'8". So we've got to try and probably get the doors made for in there, which is a pain in the arse. This top edge has got to be sorted out properly. This edge has got to be sorted out, and the other side's got to be plastered. These steps have got to be done, but I think I'm probably going to tile those because I just can't face any more concrete. And as I said earlier on, these boys around here are plastering away. It's got the inner pieces here being done and the inner piece over here being done, and then that whole wall should be finished. It should be good. So the line's been drawn, so we can start obviously earmarking the boxing being done for the beam. So there's a ring beam that's going to go from here all the way around the building, shoot down that side, come off the top of the building here and over to the front, and then we'll have to pull that manually. So we've got all the super cement today. So yeah, finishing that off. Yeah.
Putting on a frame and putting here.
No, we're just going to literally we're going to put a door frame in here, but yeah, we finished that off with concrete. Yeah, definitely. So it'll be like this side here. Yeah, and then basically on here, what we're going to do is we're going to keep this piece open. One, because we want light coming into the garage. Two, we want to be able to drive through the garage. And three, in case there's any issues with services, we've got a septic tank here, a well. So obviously, if there's any future issues, we need to be able to get in here to be able to access anything that's going on. Plus, obviously, if we've got any deliveries, we can take them down here. And also the rear side, which is going to be quite a large access area, that will be private for people to come into here as and when we have guests staying. So we've not worked out what we're going to do yet, but we're thinking about having some form of, obviously there's going to be an electric gate on here with a fob, but we're thinking about putting some form of doorway over here that people can access privately to go down to the rear of the house. This will obviously be a garage door, and we've still got to cut our box gutter into here, which at the moment I think people are just not looking forward to doing, so it's being put off, but we need to get it done. So we ideally need to order a walk behind saw and cut between the two pieces, and then obviously about 4 or 5 inches all the way along, we need to cut that in as well. So that's something we definitely need to do in the next week or two, that's for sure. Sorry, 2 days or so, because that's going to be holding us up otherwise. So yeah, other than that, garage door obviously has got to be ordered and installed. We've got to measure the distance. Other than that, it's literally now just finished off the back there, getting the boxing done and start getting the beam in. That's the next stage. So let's see how the day pans out. 10:30. Fingers crossed we can finish in the actual cottage. That's the main thing for today. And then we can start analysing, obviously, the cement and the need for behind above the garage. Okay, so we're 12:20. Mason's sorting out the PowerPoints.
There's a special water, but there's a drink.
So we've had PowerPoints put in this corner here, PowerPoint in this corner, PowerPoint in this corner. We've got power over there and we've got power here. So eventually, obviously, there'll be a roof over here and that power on the walls. Around here now is nearly finished. If not finished. Yeah, just waiting for that to draw. So this is all done. And this is not quite done, so that's got to be done and that's got to be done. 2 masons together. CU1. And the noise that you can still hear drilling away in here, I was like, what the hell's going on? I've been away for an hour, come back and they're still drilling. And this is what happens when you don't plan properly.
Oh, shoot. I no se niega. No se niega. Es Mickey. No.
So we're in trying to reposition the pipe.
So it works by elbow?
We've gone through top pipe, bottom pipe, and 2 waste pipes. Hole in there. Hole in there. Hole in the yellow pipe.
What?
And have we got a hole in the white pipe as well, have we? So all 4 pipes have got to be replaced.
So does this white pipe, the waste pipe, come in the wall, elbow up to this one?
Yeah, there's a trap there.
Yeah, so there's a trap there, is it? So we've got to put we've got to try and get connected back there, have we? And put a new trap in. Shit, man. That's going to be tough.
Oh, you did it already?
How do we even get that burst back there? Don't even understand how we even got back there.
I order for you. And you can answer me? Come and see what you can answer. Come and see what you can answer. What wrong with you, Mo? Big man. Stress here. What stress? Oh, stress could be there.
We've gone through 4 pipes.
Huh?
They've gone through 4 pipes.
4 pipes.
Anyway. So, the plumber's finally... And I don't know who's done it at the moment, but the reward is I've got 4 pipes that have been burst and they've now got to be replaced. Which is lovely. We're also trying to get the water out of the pool because obviously after 2 or 3 days it got stagnant and the mozzies love it. And we've had loads of mozzies around here for some unknown reason, so I'm not too sure whether it's that or what, I don't know. We've still got to sort out the drainage down here, that's not been done yet. And and we've still got to sort out the drainage down here, which hasn't been done yet. So I'm going to compile a list for the plumber, because at the moment my list of overdue items all seem to be in and around water pipes and connections. So I need to start getting on top of this stuff, or else I'm not going to get this bloody thing finished. But anyway, so that's where we are so far today. The door has been supplied and fitted, supplied this afternoon, so we're going to get the guys to fit that this afternoon. Got the hinges, got the locks and mortars, so that's ready to go in. We need to get that done, and that way we can start locking that rather than having to put the door on every day and take it off. Issue we've got downstairs is the because of the beam on the front of this patio here, so the beam that goes all the way along here, it's over a foot deep. So we've got a 7'2" ceiling height with a drop beam. So at the moment, the actual beam itself is not enabling us to go any higher with the door frame, which means that we have a 73-inch opening. And the doors are 6'8" minimum. So at the moment, we're having a bit of a problem with that. So I'm not too sure if we can cut any more steel out, which I don't think we can. So it means I'm going to have to try and get a couple of doors made, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So I was hoping to get a frame and 2 doors in there. Bought the frame, bought the doors. Can't cut them short enough to get them in there, so we're gonna have to get something bespoke made by the looks of it. And we need glass because we need light, so it's gonna have to be a frame that we make with glass inside. So I'll have to reach out to a few people today, see if I can try and get some quotes to get some doors made. But anyway, that's where we are so far. Plastering of the garage is nearly finished. The carpenters are pretty much done in there, so this afternoon I'm going to get them on boxing up here. I think that's the first thing I'm going to get done. These guys have got 4 pipes they've got to repair. Unbelievable. And, you know, you put pipes into concrete, you pour the concrete, you sometimes forget where the pipes were. I get that, but if the pipe was put in the right place in the first place, we wouldn't have been kango in the floor anyway, and if we weren't kango in the floor, we wouldn't have gone through the pipes. So one minor problem causes us 4 other problems. So anyway, something we've got to deal with, but obviously time-wise on my tab. But anyway, that's it for today. This afternoon. In here is obviously just being updated the floor, so I'll update you guys later and we'll see more. So as you can see, with it coming through, you've got a very slight wobble there, let's see. So you're seeing 1 to 2 millimeters around there. So what you're trying to do is get an absolute perfect seal around the thread and also around the base of the sink. So these new sort of triangular washers, say triangular, they're sort of just shaped like a V. They really do go into the actual where that plumber's tape is. It really does go into that gap. So I would recommend people look at them. But again, like I said, if you've got a good washer system anyway, it should be tight enough. Worst case scenario, you can put some silicone around it. And with this one, I probably will on the underneath, just purely because it's about making sure that the washer completely sinks and sits flush on the side so that nothing comes through the actual gaps themselves. So that's what I'll do on this one for now. So as you can see with this one, before I lock it down, I put a brief amount of silicone underneath this washer here. I put this washer on with a back plate, and then the nut will be screwed onto that. And the silicone I try and use, if I can, which you can't really get in Europe, is CT1. CT1's an absolute animal of a silicone, so if you're going to use silicone, you may as well use the right stuff, but it is expensive. So I've now tightened that down with these. And as you can see, the silicone is now coming out of the side all the way around, and it will also be squeezing in to the threads itself. I think it's quite important not to over-tighten even. And obviously important to just quickly check that to a certain extent you're still quite straight. Not dead straight, but they are still pointing in the right direction to ensure the overflow will work. Yeah, and it's a case of just letting that go off before you connect anything else up. But it's important not to over tighten, but to ensure that it's reasonably tight. So anyway, so that's that done. That will be sink off now. So hopefully that will be okay. There's elements I'm not going to do, as you can see in here. Typical builder style. It's not been put where it needs to be. This was the central point where the mirror is here, so the hot and cold should have been coming out the same place. Unfortunately, it's not. it does work out still in the carcass size, so we can still utilise it. I've cut these 3 holes for now, but this one here is definitely not going to be able to work unless they trim it back and reconnect and come through this hole. They're also going to have to extend both the hot and cold valves that have been put on here. They're going to have to be extended through here, and the valves are going to have to be reconnected here. So that's the bit I'm going to let the plumber do. I don't want to be taking the responsibility of that. I've connected up all of the cistern. So the cistern is all done in here. That's all PTF taped, connected up. So is the bit down the bottom. The waste element itself has not been connected at the moment here. So I want them to do that part, and I also want them to connect up the water as well. So they've got to connect up the water here, push the waste on. They've got to extend these and connect up to the sink. I'm going to install the tap and the waste on the sink, so it's ready for them just to connect up. And then that can be siliconed in, pushed backwards and connected. Then I can just install the plasterboard onto here, get that filled and painted, and get the top on. And that should be it. But at the same time, I need them available to do it because it holds you up and it's just painful. So you have to unfortunately learn how to do some of these things yourself. Okay, so toilet now in, toilet seat connected up. Again, no silicone, just rubber to porcelain. All lined up. Slow close. Waiting for the plumber to do the water. That's easy to connect that bit there. Just enough gap for the plasterboard to go down the side. Push button connected in. Tap I'm not going to attempt, I'm going to let the plumber do that. Tap is going to be the plumber's job, that's already done. And obviously he's got to connect up the inside of here. So other than that, bathroom finished. Let's have a quick look on what they're up to at the moment. Here, the Hilti going as always. What they chasing up now. Okay, so they've been doing the driveway. So the driveway is now waiting for this lip bit to drive in. We're thinking about pouring that ourselves, so they've been just chasing that out to make sure that they get the slope in there without hitting any concrete. You redoing someone else's work?
Huh?
Redoing whose work?
Yeah.
He did a shocking job, did he? Okay, so it looks like we're now getting the trap in. How are we getting on? Shit, me, that's a depot, isn't it? Wow. And are we going to be able to get it angled over in order to get the linear in centre? Oh, good, okay, good. What a shambles, eh, mate? Okay, we're on at least. Electrician up there doing lights, nice. We've got lights going in, manning these boys. Okay, so waste and everything's done there. That can go in next. We've got to get the door sill sorted out, otherwise we're not going to be able to get the front door on. No front door, no plasterboard here because water comes in, just in case it rains. Front door is over there, next to the boys. They're putting a bit of plasterboard on here, which is dangerous, so we need to get this bit done sooner rather than later. Door frame has been done here, and again I'm going to get a bit of a timber frame put in here. I'm going to put a bit of glass in there with a logo of some sort. So this is being rodded up to be redone. This is going to be done, and this is going to be done as well, but I'm going to get rock to get on here first.
Yes, it's going to be done because Rock did a terrible job.
So anyway, so hopefully we'll have that in by the close of play today. That'll be repaired, and we can start pouring more mortar back into that. Plasterboard's going on here, so I need to talk to the guys about here. And hopefully we can try and get the door hung. That'd be nice, but it's not an easy thing to hang a big solid door like that, so we'll have to have a look at that. Okay, so close the play. Let's have an update on where we are. Where actually are we? Okay, so we have got this place now looking like a room rather than. So we've got plasterboard up. We've got the room plasterboarded in. We've got the little door frames being plastered up. Sorry, buddy. Yes. To stop the water coming in. We've got our leak nearly sorted. So the head is in, 7 foot, mixer's in, the pipes have been replaced, so this has been cut out. So this T-junction's in up to the wall, to the head, and then that goes round to the kitchen. This does the same. It looks like they're going to be elbowing it around in touch over here, and connecting here to here. So this is now pretty much where the linear trap should have been in the first place, although it's now set a little bit too far back that way, so I might have to chase a bit more out, but that's now pretty much done. That's what happens when you can go up concrete with pipes in it. This is the structure going in for the pedestal and the mirrors. Plasterboard's gone on this side, hence the reason why this was important, because water does run in here and backwards. Plus at the bottom. And then once that draws, then we'll obviously smooth that as well to stop water. Believe it or not, as soon as we started, it did start to rain. So, what else? So we've got the driveway trimmed ready for concrete. We've got around here finished off on the plaster front. So even the end cap's now been done, which is good. I'll get the painter around here to paint this white as well in the next couple of days. Make it more pleasant to stare at. And the plumb line's been put around so we can actually start now lining up to get the boxing done for the beam. This is what I meant by chasing out the concrete. The concrete was just poured in here the other day. So in order to get the run now, we've had to obviously shave back a lot of the actual bits that were too proud. So that's now ready to be poured. Steps ready in. Obviously the other day we did the actual drainage as well. So the drainage has been reconcreted. Hopefully it won't be crushed again. This was sanded down. This was filled, sorry. So tomorrow it's got to be sanded down and finished off. So we can get that with a coat of paint on it tomorrow. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is where we are for now, and we've obviously got to sort out this piece here, so I'll have a look at that in the morning. But other than that, pretty much done for the day. So there's going to be a few more bits done. If any changes, I'll let you know, but failing that, I'll dial in tomorrow. Thanks for watching.